Like, I'm doing an article about Cody Howard. After the Charlotte game in the press conference, you made a point of saying that he's a really tough dude. Why did you say that?
I just think he's not a guy that is going to get all the acclaim or all the recognition for everything he does, but man, he works his butt off, and he's been through a lot since he's gotten here. And
multiple injuries,
and just a bunch of bumps and bruises that don't always get seen in the injury report that's sent out and stuff like that. And so the guys on the team, I think, just have a huge amount of respect for him and what he does for. Last year, I know a couple games he was going out there knowing that he's going to have surgery at the end of the season and just blocking his butt off, playing as hard as he could. Like, there was never a question about any of that. And so, I just wanted to recognize that, honestly, because it doesn't get recognized how much, he plays through pain and through injury and stuff that other guys wouldn't.
Considering all that, how thrilled were you to see him catch that touchdown?
It was awesome. Just to see him make a move and to get into the end zone, I was super pumped for him, honestly, to celebrate with him in the end zone. And even Coach Williams, I said, "Did you cry a tear of joy?" And he's like, "Oh, of course." Just to see him get in the end zone and the tight ends and everything, it was sort of a good moment for everybody.
I want to ask you a little bit about the offense. You had a little bit of speed bump here the last couple games, and after the first quarter against Charlotte, 6 of the next 7 possessions were punts. Mm-hmm. And against Notre Dame, the turnovers and some other mistakes that short-circuited drives. Are you concerned about what's happened over the last 2 games?
No, I'm not concerned just because it's all on us. It hasn't been, it wasn't, a big hit by Notre Dame or a great play by them that forced a fumble. It was, a bad pitch, a drop ball, all these different things that we can control. So, we just got to get out here and focus on the little details and stuff like that. And so I'm not concerned at all because when you look back at all the shortcomings, it's just been us. It really hasn't been things that, we've been forced to do or trying to adapt. It's just been us, in our shortcomings and little details we got to get fixed.
What do you feel happened toward the end of the Charlotte game? Was it a case of maybe losing your edge because you had such a massive lead? I mean, you're up 51 to whatever by the end of the first, early second quarter. Do you think that was the case, or what did you feel happened in that game?
Yeah, I just think emotionally I've never been through a first quarter or any quarter really like that, where it was just, almost like drive after drive after drive, like us back on the field, then defense goes out and does something great, then we score. Yeah, just it was almost like a roller coaster of just such emotion within the first quarter. And a lot of guys, it was just like, it seemed like it had already gotten out of hand, and a lot of guys took their foot off the gas and different things. So I would say more that was it more than anything, was sort of, not playing our style of football in those games rather than a strategical, error or mishap by us.
Well, I was going to say, I did watch some film of the Charlotte game, and I know that they were very aggressive front. They were lining up really close to the line of scrimmage, and they were slanting a lot. Mm-hmm. Did that give you some issues?
No, I think they played really aggressive in the back end, in the secondary, and so we give them a lot of props there and a lot of things. And I thought that was the biggest area, honestly. The stuff up front, I thought our offensive line took care of pretty well. I thought we just could have done some things better on the perimeter and on me running the ball and different things. And so it was just little stuff we needed to get fixed that that they did well. Honestly, Charlotte did well, especially in the secondary, I thought.
Last but not least, Thumbgate. I mean,
my thumb's fine. Yeah, it's all right. My thumb's fine.
I'm calling it Thumbgate now.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I got. Panicky fans to me. His thumb's hurt. That's why he's fumbling. What's going on? The season's ruined.
No, it's not the same thumb, one. It's my other thumb. And it was just a small bruise from the Charlotte game that just wanted to add some stability with a little Coban tape. So it's not broken or anything or any of that. It was an adjustment playing with it, yes, but that's not the excuse for
it's not why you fumbled.
No, it's not why I fumbled, but it's nothing that anyone should write home about.
I'm doing a feature on Cody Howard. He's been through a lot in his career, multiple injuries, and just now this year he's getting a chance to shine and show what he can do. How good does that make you feel as a coach?
It's awesome. It's good for him. You get in this business for the kids, mm-hmm. and to see the kids, work hard for something, and to see it pay off is gratifying as a coach, and it certainly is gratifying as a player because he's been through a lot.
So he scores his first career touchdown against Charlotte. That had to be a pretty cool moment. I'm sure you gave him a big hug when he came off the field.
Oh, absolutely. We celebrated. I was so happy for him and for our team. But the unique thing about him is he could care less who scores the touchdowns, and that's what myself and everyone loves about him as a player and as a person. He's just a very unselfish guy, as is that whole room of tight ends. So always good to see guys like that have success and do well.
So, you know, you all moved him from wide receiver to tight end because you thought he could add something to that position group. Has he?
Absolutely, 100%. We could move him to guard and he would add something there. He's probably one of the strongest leaders I've been around. You've heard the saying "lead by example." He definitely does that, but he also has a vocal presence and a physical presence. He's an old boxer. He's boxed in the past, so he's one of those that you don't want to get on his bad side. So, as a leader, guys want to make him happy, and he's also a servant leader, which, in my opinion, is the best style of leadership. So, in all phases, he's an unbelievable human being, great leader, and going to be a fine Marine one day.
So obviously you bring him over from the wide receiver room because he's got wide receiver skills. He's been working at that position for a couple seasons. Has it brought a little bit different skill set to the tight end position, perhaps?
Yeah, absolutely. His ball skills are really good. He can catch the difficult balls to catch. But probably the thing that's been most impressive about him and his transition is just his ability to block. He's really heavy-handed, and if he can get engaged on a defender, we feel good about that matchup. So he's done an awesome job in all phases of his play.
So obviously he's only a junior next year. I can imagine that you feel like this. He's still learning the business, still getting better. I imagine you feel his ceiling as a senior is pretty high.
We do. We feel like his potential is unlimited. He's grown immensely since he's transitioned to the tight end room, but he's got such a high ceiling in terms of his growth and how good he can be. So we're excited, but at the same time we don't look too far ahead. We just take it day by day, and the biggest thing with him is keeping him healthy.
What struck me, and it was when Blake Horvath mentioned something during the post-game press conference after the Charlotte game. He said, "This guy's a really tough dude," and I think he's talking about what you've been through and what it's taken to get here. Can you talk about that a little bit? You didn't play as a plebe. I think you've been through multiple injuries. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. So I came in as a plebe, and in plebe summer I had a torn meniscus. I had to get surgery, sat out all season.
Not even really able to.
Not able to really get in the play. Like, I got in the playbook, but I wasn't able to get any live reps that whole season.
So that's a setback,
yes.
Right? I mean, other plebes are at least on scout team. They're out there on the field running around, getting used to the speed of the game.
And then going into spring ball, I was back healthy again, and then I tore my labrum in my right shoulder. And then that took a while to heal up. Eventually we get to fall camp, and everything's going good. About week 3 of my sophomore year, I tore I think it was my left meniscus, and then the rest of the year just had to play on that, and then the torn labrum from the spring that we still hasn't been fixed, but and then that got repaired right after I missed all off season after my sophomore year, and then after that I jacked my knees up again, and then I jacked my ankle up, and I still have a torn labrum.
So were you hoping to ever be healthy? I don't mean to laugh. It's not funny, but maybe next year you'll be fully healthy? I'll play whatever. I'm just here for the team. I'm here for my guys, and whatever helps us win, I'm willing to do. So whether the doctors advise me to get the surgery and I have to miss the season, that's not going to happen. So we're just going to ride it out until this thing. Either the wheels fall off or we go to the championship. So they move you to tight end. What did you think when they told you that? On the one hand, they're saying, well, you're more likely to play there than receiver. But on the other hand, it's an opportunity.
It was definitely an opportunity because tight ends in the past, like last season, we really didn't use them much. They were just kind of a short yardage situation. Now they're in every play, but I definitely looked at it as an opportunity. Like I said earlier, whatever they upstairs wants me to do, I'm willing to do to help us win, whatever they think is best. So as soon as they told me to move, I said, all right, I'll see you, Coach. Yo, what's up, Coach Williams? And let's get to work. Let's go.
So did you feel like you had to bulk up a little bit? I'm going to guess that they wanted a slightly different body frame than you were as a wide receiver.
Yes, 100%. I had to bulk up. So I gained about probably 15 pounds this offseason. Last season I was still doing some of the tight end stuff. Like we were still, when we were in a real condensed set.
Right,
my hand
tight
was,
formation.
Yeah, my hand was down in the dirt, but not as much as I'm doing currently. But yeah, I definitely gained a substantial amount of weight.
What was the biggest adjustment? Blocking?
Yes. So as a former wide receiver, I'm a decent route runner. So the hardest part for me was picking up how to, not blocking in space, because we did that all last year as a wideout, but blocking in the interior with the linemen, learning their calls, learning how the center thinks, how the guards, tackles, whoever thinks. So protection, stuff like that.
You've received praise from Coach Cronick, from Coach Williams about your blocking. Are you proud that you've been able to make the adjustment and do what they're expecting out of a tight end, even though you may not be as big as a guy like Jake Norris or Scully?
I'm just happy that what I do helps other guys get in the end zone, helps us score. That's my main goal, and I appreciate all the praise I get. But at the end of the day, someone's got to get our guys in the end zone. I'm more than willing to do that on a day in, day out basis. So,
how good did it feel to score your first career touchdown in that Charlotte game?
I will admit it did feel pretty good. It is nice to just get that out of your mind. Like that's everybody's goal if you're an offensive guy coming to college, is to eventually score a touchdown. So now I can focus on getting my other boys in the end zone again and just winning games.
Do you feel you're still developing? I mean, you're a junior. I mean, I'm wondering how good you can be as a tight end as a senior.
So yeah, I'm definitely still developing. I'm still going to be developing my senior year going into Army. Like everybody can learn something from somebody else, or at any point in life. So I'm definitely I'll always be still developing, even after football, during football, whenever, still developing, definitely.
So in high school at Northern, you won a state championship. A pretty good team, and who were some of the leaders of that team? You were a wide receiver, and did you play defense for that?
Yeah, I was a wide receiver and safety, and then I'm definitely going to shout out all my boys right here. Zach Krautz, Zach Olson, Hayden Cleary, he's in the Army now, but we still love him. Gavin Whittington, I mean, let's go down the list. Nathan Torres, all those dudes.
Some guys playing college football?
Tyler Baskett playing college football at Brown.
Okay.
Most of my guys, went off and worked blue-collar jobs or went to the military. That's just how our town was.
Right. So what led you to the Naval Academy? Why does a North Beach guy decide to come to Annapolis?
Well, I've always wanted to serve. My stepmom's brother is actually an Army Ranger.
Okay.
So I had an initial inclination to go somewhere else. I'm not going to say the name, but
you don't. Please don't.
And then everybody was kind of pushing me that way, and I was just I had some oppositional defiancy, and I was like, I'm just going to go to Naval Academy, and it's close to home.
Right.
So, but now I see that I definitely made the right choice. I love this place. I wouldn't give it up for the world.
So your father, Kevin, played wide receiver at my alma mater, Towson University.
Yes, sir.
Is he the reason why you played wide receiver in high school?
Yes, actually. So originally I was a DB. I loved growing up hearing all the stories about, because I didn't get to watch him, but Brian Dawkins. That was who I emulated every single day. I was a linebacker and a defensive back. So making the switch to wide receiver, my dad was definitely happy. He wanted to see me catch balls and taught me, the ins and outs of how to play wide out.
So Coach Williams just revealed to me that you're a boxer, that you have boxing experience?
Well, I boxed a little bit in my, it's funny. And I don't like to talk about it that much, but I boxed a little bit growing up.
Right.
Just
so basically,
some hands.
Word is out that nobody on the team should mess with you because you have.
No, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. But if they want it, I can give it to them. So
after your senior season, are you going to sign up for brigade boxing team?
No. I've taken enough hits to the temple in the front of my brain to. I'm good. I don't need to get punched in the face.
All right.